This is Sylvia Saber with OpTv Global Headlines. Starting with the top international stories for the day. Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan has criticized the Western media for failing to report on-ground reality in Indian-administered Kashmir, calling it very hypocritical and double-faced. The Western media hardly reports massive human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, where 9 million people had been put into an open prison, quoted Mr. Imran Khan. The UN General Assembly called on the international community to take appropriate measures to address the emerging terrorist threats on the basis of Islamophobia, xenophobia, and racism. The UNGCTS also urged for ending the direct and indirect forms of religious and racial discrimination and violence propagated by terrorists on such basis. 4 more victims were found in the rubble of a collapsed apartment building in Florida, including the body of a 7-year-old girl, bringing the death toll from last week's tragedy to 22, with 128 people still unaccounted for. A man in Las Vegas, Nevada state has been arrested on suspicion of hate crimes involving a neighboring Muslim family. Caught on video and photos, 68-year-old Ricky Onwick can be seen smearing bacon on the family's doorknob and railing outside their apartment and attaching bacon to the back of their car. Later, he admitted to the police that he smeared the bacon because they're Muslim. The Saudi-led coalition in Yemen said it had intercepted and destroyed a bomb-laden drone fired by Houthi rebels towards Saudi Arabia, the third such attack within 48 hours. According to a spokeswoman for the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Houthi rebels have launched 128 drone strikes and 31 ballistic missile attacks on Saudi Arabia since the beginning of this year. Israeli aircraft bombed a Hamas site in the Gaza Strip overnight in response to incendiary balloons launched from the Palestinian enclave. Israel's military said there were no reports of casualties from the Israeli strikes, which the military claimed targeted a weapons manufacturing site used by Hamas. Up next, we have the national updates. Pakistan Army is committed to modernize its infantry as part of its overall drive to prepare for future threats. Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa said he, as interacting with the officers and troops during his visit to Punjab Regimental Centre in Mardan, Chief of Army Staff also visited Punjab Regimental Centre pursuits, including their exemplary performance in operations. While interacting with the officers and troops, COAS appreciated the regiment for displaying the highest standards in all professional pursuits. The PTI government will introduce the National Remittance Loyalty Program to facilitate overseas Pakistanis, and more financial incentives will be extended to them. This was shared in a meeting chaired by Prime Minister Imran Khan. The loyalty program will be launched in cooperation with different departments including PIA, FPR, NADRA, State Life, OPF, and Employees Old Age Benefit Fund. Pakistan rejects Indian claims of a drone flying over the Indian High Commission in Islamabad, a statement from Foreign Office said on Friday. According to FO spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry, Pakistan rejects these patently false allegations and diversionary Indian tactics and will continue to stand by the people of Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir in their just struggle for their right to self-determination. Federal Minister for Information and Broadcasting Fawad Chaudhry said that Pakistan wants good relation with the US but won't give basis in every effort being made not to be a part of any war inside Afghanistan. The Information Minister added that the decision to withdraw the US from Afghanistan has been made in a hurry and it will have consequences, and we will have to suffer the consequences. Former President and Pakistan People's Party co-chairperson Asif Ali Zardari has been admitted to a private hospital in Karachi. PPP Information Secretary Shazia Atta Mari said that Mr. Zardari suffered exertion and exhaustion from traveling for court appearances and budget session that concluded 2 days ago. PPP Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari left Islamabad for Karachi, while Bakhtavar Bhutto Zardari and her husband also reached Karachi to inquire. Up next, we have the health updates. Pakistan is reporting a slow and steady increase in its death tally and coronavirus case counts, with 1,400 people testing positive for the virus in the last 24 hours. 4 more people lost their lives to COVID-19 according to the National Command and Operations Center's report, and currently the positivity rate stands at 2.91. The World Health Organization declared China officially malaria-free. It made China the first country in the Western Pacific region to eliminate the life-threatening disease in more than 30 years. Up next, we have the sports updates. Spain reached Euro 2020 semi-finals after beating Switzerland. Spain beat 3-1 on penalties. The former world and European champions will face Belgium or Italy in the semi-finals on July 6th. The Pakistan Cricket Board has announced the much-awaited central contracts for the men's team, promoting fast bowler Hassan Ali and wicketkeeper Mohammad Rizwan to Category A following their stellar performances in the recent series. Category B includes Azhar Ali, Fahim Ashraf, Fakhar Zaman, Fawad Alam, Shadab Khan and Yasir Shah. Up next, we have the entertainment updates. Aisa Khan has surprised her followers by sharing a recreation of the legendary singer Noor Jahan's iconic look. "The moment I saw myself in the mirror in this look, I had goosebumps," the actor said, and called the late singer her forever idol. The first song of Indian actor Farhan Akhtar's film Tufan is out, and it is nothing but powerful. The sports drama is helmed by Rakesh Omprakash Mehras has dropped a striking rap Toten Tak, which showcases the intense training taken by Farhan Akhtar to become a boxing champion. The Korean boy band BTS recently unveiled their official tracklist for the upcoming Butter CD version. An addition to Ed Sheeran's collab single has set fans across the world in a frenzy. Song Permission to Dance boosts a major production team including Ed Sheeran, Steve Mack and Johnny McDad. Up next, we have the business updates. Pakistan has achieved its highest ever export target set for the outgoing fiscal year, with an 18% increase from the previous year. Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry tweeted that if the services sector is also included, then Pakistan's exports have crossed over the mark of $31 billion. Consumer inflation dropped to 9.7% in the month of June in Pakistan due to improved checks in the prices of food and fuel, according to official data. Inflation based on the Consumer Price Index was recorded at 8.9% for the recently concluded 2021 fiscal year, compared to 10.74% in fiscal year 2020. Arabia plans to launch new national airline with hopes of targeting international transit passenger traffic and challenge regional rival Emirates and Qatar Airways. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has announced a transportation and logistics drive aimed at making the kingdom the fifth biggest air transit hub. Up next, we have the updates on science and technology. About 200 US businesses have been hit by a colossal cyber attack, according to a cybersecurity firm. Huntress Labs said the hack targeted Florida-based IT company Kessia before spreading through corporate networks that use its software. The US Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Agency said in a statement that it was taking action to address the attack. Mineralized drinking water can be produced from the air with renewable energy and zero waste. Source Global made it possible by extracting water from their air with hydropanel devices which are powered by built-in solar panels. The company has installed its hydro panels around the world at hospitals, schools, and work sites that have difficulties accessing water. That's all from this bulletin. For more updates, do stay with us and keep watching OpTv Global.